Top 5 big game cartridges. Let's shoot it out. What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about top 5 big game cartridges. Now, before you get started, I know it's very subjective content here. Did you know that there's over 120 cartridges that are over 24 caliber that are suitable for big game? So really asking anyone to pick a top 5 is gonna be like picking your favorite child. We all have one. But today we're gonna dive into the world of these big game cartridges and explore these top 5 that I've got right here. Now, the criteria that I use to rate these is going to be not only their power, but also their popularity and their availability and their practicality. So we go through these, and these are all suitable for big game, especially mainly in North America. But they're also going to be practical cartridges. We're not doing like a bunch of Wildcat cartridges that you can only find at a specialty shop that you have to order a custom gun for. These are going to be calibers that you can find in a wide range of different firearms, as well as calibers that are readily available on store shelves. Now, maybe not every gas station selling ammo is going to have every single one of these, but for the most part, you're going to be able to find these cartridges just about anywhere that you shop. So I'm going to put these in order of actually their energy, the power that they're delivering, starting on the weekend and going up to the top end. First is going to be one that I would consider to be the low end as far as powerful enough for big game, and that's going to be the 308. Now, this one you don't want to reach out too far with it when it comes to big game, because you're going to be losing power. But the 308 has been around for a really long time and has proven itself very, very useful as far as big game cartridges goes. Now, it's a very versatile cartridge. Fires a 30 caliber bullet with velocities ranging from 28, 29, maybe approaching 3,000 feet per second. Moderate recoil, very manageable. It's a really good all-around choice for deer, black bear. If you're in closer ranges, maybe even elk, caribou, something like that. And as far as energy, we're talking about, like I said, 2,900 feet per second, between 2,600 and 2,900 foot-pounds of energy, with an effective range anywhere from 300 to 600 yards. That's going to be what this cartridge does, and it does it really well. The really nice thing, and the main reason I included this one on my list, is its popularity and how often and how much it's been used. So next up is going to be the 30-06 Springfield. Now, this one's been around for a really long time. It's a very formidable round, and it's one of the most popular of all time as far as big game hunting goes over the last 150 years. Again, it fires the same 30 caliber projectile as the 308, but this one's going to be a little more spicy, coming in anywhere between 27 and 3,000 feet per second. And as far as energy delivered, it's going to be around 2,800 to 3,000 foot-pounds of energy. And that's really going to take care of anything in North America, including deer, elk, black bear. Effective range, again, is going to be around 300 to 600 yards, and it's got a really good shooting trajectory. It just absolutely works. And again, this is another one just like the 308 that, because of its popularity and because of how long it has been relevant, this one just has to be on the list. Next up, we're going to be talking about this 7mm rim mag. Now, this is where the list gets a lot more subjective here. There's a lot of different cartridges that could have been in this spot. 7mm rim mag is one that I put on this spot because, again, popularity. Now, this cartridge right here is all about long range precision. It is going to be one of the longest effective ranges on this list. Now, velocity, as far as velocity goes, this thing sends these rounds screaming downrange at speeds of 3,000, upwards of 3,200 feet per second, making this a very flat trajectory, so great for long ranges. And also at that speed, it's going to be less, I guess, affected by windage, that kind of thing. It's going to be great for elk, moose, and anything around 400, 500, 600 yards, it's going to be good to go. Now, as far as stats on this, like I said, 3,000 to 3,200 feet per second, and delivering energy between 3,000 and 3,500 foot-pounds of energy. It works with bullet weights between 150 and 175 typically, but you can find a lot of different bullets to go with this 7mm rim mag. And again, effective range is going to be out to 500-600 yards easily, and it's going to shoot really flat, and it's going to have very manageable recoil as well. It's going to be a little bit heavier recoil than a 308 or a 30-06, but not by much. So this is going to be a really great, effective round for a lot of different applications. Now, next up is going to be one that was definitely on our last top 5 hunting cartridges, and that's going to be the 300 Win Mag. Now, this one, again, has been insanely popular over the last 50, 60 years. And this one is going to be another 300 caliber bullet. And like I said, those are the most popular because they're tried, true, they're dependable. Now, as far as speed, this one's going to be a little less than the 7mm rim mag, but it's going to be between 2,900 and 3,200 feet per second. So really impressive velocity. And as far as energy goes, we're talking delivering between 3,600 and 3,900 foot-pounds of energy. That's amazing. Effective range out to 500 yards or more. And it's going to be great for big game, like I said before, elk, moose, whitetail, of course, black bear, even some African plains game. So this one is really going to be, as far as I'm concerned, the cream of the crop, a really great do-it-all round. And there really hasn't been anything yet that has been able to unseat it as far as its ability and popularity and availability. So for those reasons, the 300 Win Mag has to be on the list. And finally, now this one's going to be a little overkill for a lot of North American game, but I had to include it on the list because of its popularity and because of its, I guess, ability. That's going to be the 375 H&H Magnum. Now, this is a beast of a round. It's reserved for typically the most formidable game. You're talking things like Cape buffalo, even elephant, large African predators. But it's going to be really great. This one's going to be one that kind of puts your mind at ease if you're using it in grizzly bear country. So you're going to be a lot more calm and relaxed when you're in those kind of situations. But as far as speed, we're talking 2,500 to 2,900 feet per second and really heavy bullet. As far as energy, this thing is really packing in the energy. We're talking 4,500 to 5,000 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. That is absolutely insane. It makes this a very formidable round and a very popular round as well for large game. Now, those are the 5. Like I said, popularity played the biggest role, as well as its availability and practicality, finding it in different rifles and different applications, and also ammunition availability. These 5 are the most available, most popular for big game. I want you to let me know in the comments down below what your favorite big game cartridge is, because like I said before, this is very subjective. You might have different set of circumstances that make a different round a lot better for that specific type of encounter. So let me know in the comments down below what your favorite big game cartridge is, if it's one of these or even if it's not. As always, folks, it's been me, TC, here with Smoky Mountain Guns and Ammo, and remember, let us know what you're hunting for. This one's going to be a little bit less than 7mm rim mag. Blah, 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 blah.